I, like many people, met Art Helmus on my very first ferry ride to Hague Point.
I think I played tennis with him one day, I think. Early on, about 5 years ago, something like that.
The first time I met Mr. Helmus actually was on my first day of work here, coming over on the boat from the Welcome Center side, and had a wonderful, pleasant conversation with him about how great a property and how great the members are here at Hague Point.
International Paper was having a marketing event, and there was an oyster roast down near the lighthouse, and Art and Joanne were both there, and I think that's the first time we met him. So they were giving us advice, of course, on what we should buy and when we should buy, but yeah, so that was a fun event, and they were front and center.
First time I met Art Helmus was out here on the tennis courts. He's played, needless to say, he's played a lot of tennis here. He's played a lot of golf. If I don't see him on the tennis courts, I see him over on the driving range or going back and forth between the two. The guy never stops.
I get this newsletter, and I'm just leafing through it, and their whole back page was on Art Helmus and how wonderful he'd been at the Garden City Country Club, and all the accolades of what a good player he was. And I'm reading this, and and at the very end it said he's moved at Hague Point on Fusky Island. I'm like, that's the Art Helmus down the street. So I just took the newsletter and went down to the pool, because he and Joanne were there, and said, Art, you never told me what a hero you are.
My favorite memory of Mr. Helmus, I have many of them actually, and I mean that in so many ways. From my favorite memory is my wife and I driving down the beach road, and Mr. and Mrs. Helmus were sitting at Helmus Beach, and they turned and waved to us and flagged us down, and we went and sat down with them, and of course they had a couple of bottles of wine and snacks, and we sat there and enjoyed the evening, and it was very relaxing, and I was like, this is pretty special.
It was, Art went to get the ball that had gone off the court in the middle of the game, and the guy on the other team, the younger guy, said to me, hey, it's USTA rules, he can't leave the court during a match. And I said, he's 82, are you going to tell him, or am I going to? I'm not going to tell him, you tell him. And Art comes back, okay, let's go, and it's just so much fun.
I think my favorite memory of both of them was the first time that they attended Birthday Club with us. It was my first month here, and it was a birthday celebration for Mrs. Helmus, and it was incredible. He was so giving, so thankful to be here, so accommodating. He just loves everybody, and he loves his wife like nobody ever could.
I have lots of stories about, especially Art, but probably my favorite memory is a couple years ago, probably about 3 years ago. There was, somebody made the suggestion of having a surprise birthday party for Art when he turned 79, thinking he might expect something at 80. And so there was a birthday party here upstairs in the dining room. And I think everybody that was at Hague Point attended. There were over 100 people, and it was so much fun. It was just so much fun to watch Art and Joanne have a great time with all their friends and neighbors. So obviously, they touch a lot of people. So that was really a fun event.
He never knows what the score is, never. I always have to announce the score when he's serving, which is kind of not tennis etiquette. But I say to the other guys, hey, I got to announce the score, because we'll have matches when we're done. We finished. We won. We're on our way up to shake the people's hands, and he's back there getting ready to serve the next point. It happened many times.
My favorite memory of Art and Joanne is actually a picture that I took. I took a picture one day after a match of Art and Joanne leaving, but just the way he had his arm around her and he was guiding her. He just seemed like such a gentle giant, and just taking care of Joanne and taking care of everyone. He was always there for her, and he's always there for everyone.
Anytime he's across the net from me and my partner is serving, we're playing mixed doubles, I was petrified of his shot. And I always go, "Don't you hit it at me." And he always would laugh.
I can't tell you how many times I've gone out there and I can't find my second racket, and I look out on the court, and there's Art with my racket, and he doesn't have two rackets; he only has one, and they're completely different colors, they're completely different feels, and he'll have already played a game with it, and here, okay, it's pretty funny.
Called them and said, "I'm making some meatloaf. Would you like to come over for meatloaf?" And Art was all over it, but Joanne was tired and didn't want to come. So I said, "Well, how about if I just bring some over?" And Art was open to that, and Joanne said no, she didn't want anyone coming over. So I thought, fine. And a little bit later that evening, I made banana bread because I know they like it. So I took it over to the house. It was wrapped in tin foil. Art came to the door, and I said, "Here, at least you'll have something for breakfast." So I see them driving in their cart the next day. Joanne starts laughing. She was laughing so hard she was crying. She had tears coming out. She said, "Ask him about the banana bread." Well, he thought it was meatloaf. So he cut big slabs for them for dinner, put chili sauce on it. She knew as soon as she took a bite something was wrong, but he ate the whole sandwich and thought it was good.
I think the way that he's impacted my life and every person here at Hague Point is, the title that he has as the mayor is, I think it's too small of a title for him. Mr. Helmus is the very humble person, and just the fact that he does all this because he loves to get people involved. He's everywhere.
And he just loves Hague Point, and he wants everybody else to love it too.
Yeah.
So he's a enormous part of the magic of Hague Point for sure.
This is my 11th club, and one of the things that I love so much, and I believe everybody here adores about Mr. Helmus, is that he has an open arms, open door policy. He is willing to help everybody and anybody with anything. He is so giving. He's so respectful. He is nice to everyone. He is thankful to be here, and he's always thankful to help others. He's just probably the best ambassador for the Hague Point Club that there could ever be.
He's a great Hague Point promoter.
Yeah.
Anyone who's new, a new member, a new property owner, he's the welcoming committee. He's the one who makes sure they come to the tennis clinics and
happy hours.
Happy
and,
hours.
knows everything,
Yeah.
and he's
Super
really
guy.
Hague Point is really, really lucky to have him.
Art is just, he's a good guy. He's just fun. He wants everybody to have fun and enjoy Hague Point, and he is, he's a great ambassador for Hague Point in terms of new people that are visiting, friends. He is good at everything, and he is more than willing to teach people, whether it's playing pool or bocce or tennis or golf. And I think it's just his presence that's so important to Hague Point.
A blessing to this island and to Hague Point especially.
He has been quite an influence on everyone. He's always been Hague Point's biggest supporter. Someone new comes in, and Art's the first one to greet them. Art's the first one to invite them out to one of the specials, to happy hour, to come out and play tennis. So he's always been a great ambassador for Hague Point. But one thing that I always remember about him is years ago we had the recycling program. We still have a recycling program, but Art would go through the trash cans and pull out plastic cups. And we collect plastic cups because that was for our recycling, so that would help Hague Point. And I remember one Discovery guest saw him doing that and said, "I didn't realize Hague Point had homeless people."
I think he's brought a lot of people together. He is like the mayor.
He's got a lot.
There's not just one. There's many, many.
Well, his best quality was his wife. Probably just the fact that he is just so outgoing. You know, he hasn't met anybody he hasn't met yet. So that's pretty cool.
Kindness.
You know, he's just a nice man. He is friendly to everybody. He's open to everybody. And as I said before, just wants to make sure that people really enjoy their time here.
The big things in life are little things to Art. There's never any drama.
His shorts. His shorts. He's got the best pair of shorts. He's got a short for every occasion. This is what, middle of February. This is going to be seen at the end of February. I guarantee Art is wearing shorts right now. It's got to be his best quality.
He has it all, and he does it all with such ease. And, you know, a kind word is the only word Art knows.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's very humble, and it was incredible what he did for Joanne.
What an incredible role model Art was. And I used to say to all the guys, he's showing you all how to do it, because he was just he's an amazing guy. And I really feel like, you know, there are times that you meet people in life and you realize it's a moment in time. And that's how I feel about Art. I feel so privileged that we get to be in his life.
Well, I will remember one time we were playing my tennis team, my ladies' tennis team had come over for dinner, and Art sent security to the house because with a noise complaint. Gosh, that's one thing. I think our payback to him was we TP'd his cart a couple days later when he was at the tennis court, but he was so proud of it he drove around with it TP'd for about 3 days.
Said there's nobody can say anything bad about him. He's just a wonderful man. He is nosy, though. If I'd say one thing, he is nosy. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, we adore him. He's very easy to love, and everyone loves him. So congratulations, Art. You deserve this.
That's true.
How can you not love a man like that?